Hello, friends. Welcome to you. Thankful for your presence, for your shining light that you share here in this community. Let's take a couple breaths, a moment together. Welcome. Thankful to be with each one of you in this wonderful community. Thank you for coming by. We are here every single day in this community of love, and we are in our 6th year. So thanks so much for your support, because for the supporters are like you are what makes it happen. So thank you. This year, we're having a conversation about being present for our own lives. If you're new, welcome to the conversation. Please visit Zenful Conversations for more offerings. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is the book that we're taking a look at this year. The conversation we're having is being present. This book by Mark Nepo is a New York Times best-selling book described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And the message we're offered today, this day number 1990, is titled The Surface and the Deep. The surface and the deep. Let's take a couple breaths here and come a little bit closer, center ourselves a little bit. Maybe release another layer of stimulation. Maybe a little tension released from the shoulders, dropping them away from your ears and allowing a little bit of a deeper breath, definitely slower breath. Not much different than our normal breath, just slowing it down some and a little bit deeper, just finding a natural rhythm, but slowing it down. The surface and the deep. When under, remember the surface. When on the surface, remember the deep. When our days are turbulent and troubled, our challenge is to remember that the wave is not the sea. Though it pounds us, the pounding will pass. Though it tosses us about, the tossing will pass if we don't fight it. Often our fear misleads us to staying close to shore. Often our fear misleads us to stay in close to shore. Do we hear that? Often our fear misleads us to stay close, to stay in close to shore, when the safest place is in the deep, if we can get there. Any swimmer knows, stay too close to the shore and you will be battered by the surf and undertow. We must swim out past the breakers if we are to know the hammock of the deep. Stay on land or make it to the deep. It is the in-between that kills. That is our little short message today. How powerful. The meditative exercise that we're offered asks us to sit quietly and practice entering the deep. Asks us to sit quietly and practice entering the deep. How does that feel? What does that mean to us, each one of us? Practice entering the deep and imagine that each breath is a stroke. Breathe slowly and stroke your way past all distractions. And when you feel the swell of life around you, simply drift. The way this is put sounds rather simple. And I know we know what those places we're talking about. But it hasn't been that easy to get there in a lot of cases. That's why we're being asked to sit quietly and practice entering the deep. The more we practice anything, the more energy, whatever we put that energy to, is going to get stronger. So we are being asked to sit quietly and practice entering the deep. Imagine each breath is a stroke, and breathe slowly and stroke your way past all distraction. And when you feel, practice until when you feel the swell of life around you, allow yourself to drift in that. When under, remember the surface. And when on the surface, remember the deep. When our days are turbulent and troubled, our challenge is to remember that the wave is not the sea. Though it pounds us, the pounding will pass. Though it tosses us about, the tossing will pass if we don't fight it. That, if we don't fight it, is the key. So practice entering the deep. Stroke your way through. Nice message, Mr. Mark Nepo. Thank you. And gratitude. And gratitude, and thank you so much for sharing this message today. Thanks for supporting this community. Namaste. See you tomorrow.